Retirement is often seen as the golden phase of life, a time to reap the benefits of years of hard work. However, the transition to retirement can be challenging, especially for those who have heavily invested their energy in financial riches and social status. John and Margaret Thompson have always been the picture of success. After decades of hard work, they had amassed a substantial retirement fund and enjoyed a lifestyle many envied. Their grand home in the suburbs, frequent vacations, and active social calendar were testaments to their achievements. However, as they stepped into retirement, they discovered that the wealth and status they had prioritized for so long prevented them from the challenges ahead. There are at least 5 types of wealth. 1, financial, money. 2, social wealth or status. 3, emotional wealth, connections. 4, time wealth, freedom from. And 5, physical wealth, your health. Be wary of life-centered priorities that lure you in with financial wealth and status, but rob you of time, physical, and emotional wealth. Welcome to my podcast on How Not to Retire, a psychological approach to retiring healthy and wealthy. Episode 19, The Price of Success. Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Richard Himmer. Many retirees have spent decades focused on building their financial eggs. Transitioning from a steady paycheck to living off savings and investments, it can be unsettling. The fear of outliving your savings or facing unexpected expenses often looms large. During the accumulation phase, our protagonist, John and Margaret, diligently saved and invested. John was a successful corporate lawyer. Margaret ran a profitable chain of boutiques. They actually lived frugally in their early years, always planning for a comfortable retirement. And just a side note, so parenthetically in my notes here, what some folks consider frugal, others deem cheap and unnecessary. As this story unfolds, you can decide if John and Margaret are frugal or cheap. Their portfolio, however, was impressive at the time of their retirement. They had diversified investments, a sizable pension, a significant savings. Financially, they were secure. One way to look at what it means to be secure is that if they continue their current spending habits, frugally or cheap depending on your interpretation, during their retirement years, they could retire indefinitely. However, the transition from active work to retirement revealed gaps money could not fill. So let's review the 5 types again. So we have financial wealth, or what we call money, riches, social wealth, or our status, emotional wealth, our connections, and that's with self as well, time wealth, the freedom from, and physical wealth, your health. So we're going to go down in order with a couple of little added things at the end. So financial wealth or money. Despite their portfolio size, our said protagonist were constantly anxious about their money. Every expenditure continued to be scrutinized, and the fear of outliving their savings overshadowed their ability to enjoy the fruits of their labor. The habit of saving and accumulating had become so ingrained that they struggled to shift to a mindset of spending and enjoying. While financial wealth is essential, an excessive focus on accumulating, saving, or sparingly watching all your P's and Q's can lead to negative consequences. The relentless pursuit of financial gain can result in stress. It can result in burnout and strained relationships. Moreover, financial wealth alone, having money, does not guarantee happiness or fulfillment. Okay, next, social wealth, your status. This refers to an individual's status, reputation, and social connections. It includes respect, admiration, and influence within your community or professional network. Social wealth can provide a sense of belonging, recognition, and support. Throughout their careers, John and Margaret were active in their community. They hosted dinner parties, attended charity galas, and joined exclusive social clubs. Their social status was intertwined with their professional identities and financial success. Retirement, however, altered the dynamics of their social interactions. Without the allure of their professional titles, some relationships began to fizzle. Invitations to high-profile events dwindled, and they found themselves increasingly isolated. The superficial nature of many of their friendships then became evident. Conversations felt strained and hollow without the common ground of work and social status. John and Margaret missed the deeper connections they once had, but had neglected over the years in favor of maintaining their social standing. Pursuing social wealth at the expense of other types of wealth can lead to superficial relationships and an overemphasis on external validation and outside-in validation versus the inside-out version. Maintaining status and reputation can literally be exhausting. It is inauthentic, and it distracts from genuine connections and fulfillment. Retirement offers this golden opportunity to rediscover one's true self, free from the pressures of maintaining a particular image, an outside-in image. This period can be a time to reconnect with old friends, pursue passions, and build new, authentic relationships. Building and nurturing genuine relationships is vital during the retirement years. Surrounding yourself with people who value authenticity and mutual respect can create a supportive and enriching social network. These relationships can provide the emotional support needed to enhance overall well-being. In my personal coaching for many past clients, retirement became the ideal time to mend broken relationships with children. Very few clients, very few people come through life unscathed, and so many crave healthy relationships with their parents. And in my experience, it was the kids coming to me to seek a way that they could connect with their parents again. But the parents, stuck in their ways and unable to see any pain but their own, unknowingly push their children and therefore their grandchildren away. All right, number 3. Emotional wealth, or identity and purpose. For retirees who derive their identity from their careers and financial successes, retirement can lead to a complete loss of purpose. The absence of a professional role can leave a void, causing you to feel unmoored and uncertain about your place in the world. When no one takes the time to discover who they are outside their own professional personas, retirement is a very scary venture into the dark side. With the daily grind of a career behind them, John and Margaret faced an unexpected void. Their days, once filled with meetings and deadlines, are now stretched out with almost no structure. The sense of purpose that their jobs provided disappeared, leaving them feeling adrift. Emotional wealth is probably the most challenging of the 5 areas in this discussion. It encompasses emotional intelligence, the avoidance of behavior addictions, a healthy identity free from false narratives and cognitive distortions, and a specific purpose and direction based on universal principles that provide a system, a high probability of experiencing happiness, joy, and well-being. We've spent a lot of time on this topic so far and in the past podcast, and I do plan a few more before I bring this complete podcast stream to an end. All right, the next one is called Embracing Time Wealth. Time wealth, or freedom from, just fill in the blanks there, refers to the ability to control and allocate your time according to personal preferences and priorities. It includes having the flexibility to pursue hobbies, to spend time with loved ones, and engage in activities that actually bring you joy and fulfillment. It does help to know what brings you joy and fulfillment. Therefore, it helps to know your identity, it helps to know your purpose, and it helps to live intentionally moving forward. Retirement provides that gift of time. It's a valuable resource that professionals lacked during their careers, during the accumulation phase. Retirees can now allocate time to activities that bring joy and fulfillment, such as hobbies, travel, spending quality time with loved ones. Embracing this time wealth can lead to a more balanced and satisfying retirement. This time wealth of freedom refers to the ability succinctly to control and allocate your time according to the hobbies, the loved ones, the activities that all can bring to you the very thing that you want. John and Margaret faced the challenge of using their increased allotment of unstructured time and mining it for the non-tangible areas of wealth, such as previously mentioned, identity, purpose, direction, friends, community, family, hobbies, etc. Okay, finally, number 5, prioritizing physical health. Physical wealth refers to one's health and well-being. It encompasses your physical fitness. It will then lead to greater mental health and overall vitality. The two are interconnected. Physical wealth is a foundation to enjoying life and pursuing various forms of wealth, of which we've talked about 4 so far. Neglecting this aspect, your physical health, in the pursuit of career success will have long-term consequences. Retirement's an ideal time to bring back that vitality, to focus on health and well-being. Regular exercise. We're not talking about pumping weights every day. We're not trying to be an Atlas or a Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just be toned. Exercise regularly. Eat a balanced diet. Don't go on a diet. That's a guarantee to gain weight. Eat a balanced diet and get adequate rest. And do it consistently, the same way every time, so the body gets used to it, accustomed to it, and you start compounding that health that we're talking about. Here are the advantages. Number 1, increased energy and vitality. Good health provides the power and stamina to engage in daily activities and pursue goals. It enhances your overall quality of life. 2, longevity. Physical wealth increases the likelihood of a longer and healthier life. It reduces the risk of chronic diseases and health complications. And this is tied to number 3, mental well-being. Physical health is closely linked to mental well-being. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate rest improve mental health and emotional resilience. So as I wrap up this segment, I want to briefly cover a couple of connecting thoughts. So I was thinking this through. This is kind of where I went with it. Let's just go with managing stress, because everyone has it to some degree. Learning to manage stress is pretty important for retirees. Mindfulness practices, meditation, therapy can all help retirees navigate the challenges of this new phase of life, which fosters then a sense of peace and contentment. The other thought I had was how important it is to align your actions with values. So just being busy is just having actions. If you align them with values, you're productive. To find fulfillment in retirement, it's essential to align your actions with personal values. Retirees can engage in volunteer work, pursue lifelong learning. We've talked a lot about being lifelong learners, or perhaps even start new ventures that resonate with their core beliefs and passions. We've talked about people in their later years who had complete new careers. The alignment can provide a renewed sense of purpose and direction. These golden years offers the freedom to explore new interests and hobbies that perhaps were previously sidelined for lack of time. Whether you're learning a new language, painting, gardening, it doesn't matter what. These activities can bring joy and a sense of accomplishment. So as I conclude this, pursuing financial and social wealth can significantly impact retirees' identity and happiness, but not in the right way. These forms of wealth are good, but they should uphold the importance of time, health, and meaningful relationships. By prioritizing these aspects, retirees can find a balanced and fulfilling life and embrace retirement opportunities. True wealth in retirement lies in the ability to enjoy time, maintain good physical and mental health, and cultivate authentic connections, starting with your own, which leads to a more enriched and satisfying post-career life. Remember, don't try harder, try different. Until next time, may your habits harmonize with your purpose, leading to a life filled with happiness, joy, and well-being.